Imagine a world completely different from our own. A world where giant creatures roamed the land, swam in the seas, and soared through the skies. This wasn't a fantasy epic. This was our planet, hundreds of millions of years ago. Welcome to the Mesozoic era, the age of dinosaurs. Our story begins around 252 million years ago, not with a bang, but with a recovery. Earth had just witnessed the largest mass extinction event in its history, the Permian-Triassic extinction, which wiped out over 90% of all life. It was a desolate, empty world, a blank slate, but life is resilient. In this new, recovering world, a group of reptiles called archosaurs began to thrive. They were the ancestors of crocodiles, birds, and of course, dinosaurs. Fast forward to about 230 million years ago, in the late Triassic period. The continents were all fused into one massive supercontinent called Pangaea. The climate was hot and dry. It was in this environment that the very first dinosaurs appeared. They weren't the giants we often imagine. Creatures like Eoraptor and Herrerasaurus were relatively small, maybe the size of a large dog, and they were bipedal, running on two legs. They were fast, agile hunters, competing with other large reptiles for survival. For millions of years, they were not the dominant life form, just one group among many, trying to find their place. Then, around 201 million years ago, another catastrophe struck. The Triassic-Jurassic extinction event. The exact cause is still debated, but massive volcanic eruptions are a prime suspect. This event cleared the board again, wiping out many of the dinosaurs' competitors. This was their big break. With the competition gone, dinosaurs diversified and grew, both in size and number. Now we enter the Jurassic period, the time most people think of when they hear dinosaurs. Pangaea began to break apart, creating new seas and changing climates. This led to more lush, forested environments, and with more plants came more plant-eaters. This is when we see the rise of the sauropods, the long-necked, long-tailed giants. Picture a herd of Brachiosaurus, each as long as a tennis court and as heavy as several elephants, slowly moving through a forest of ferns and cycads. Their long necks allowed them to reach high into the treetops, munching on leaves no other animal could reach. Their sheer size was their best defense. But they weren't entirely safe. The Jurassic was also the age of the great predators. The most famous, of course, isn't Tyrannosaurus rex, he comes later. In the Jurassic, the king of the carnivores was Allosaurus. A fearsome predator, about 30 feet long with a massive skull full of sharp, serrated teeth. Fossil evidence, including Allosaurus tooth marks on sauropod bones, tells us these giants clashed in epic battles for survival. Imagine the ground shaking as a lone Allosaurus sizes up a young sauropod that strayed from the herd. It was a constant struggle, a brutal but magnificent dance of predator and prey. But the land wasn't the only stage. The seas were ruled by monstrous marine reptiles like the long-necked plesiosaurs and the dolphin-like ichthyosaurs. In the skies, pterosaurs, flying reptiles with leathery wings, soared above. It's important to remember, pterosaurs and marine reptiles were not dinosaurs, but they shared the world with them, creating a truly alien ecosystem. As we move forward to the Cretaceous period, starting around 145 million years ago, the world continues to change. The continents drifted further apart, looking more like they do today. This led to even more diverse environments and even more diverse dinosaurs. This was the peak of dinosaur evolution. Flowering plants appeared for the first time, changing the landscape forever. This new food source fueled the evolution of new types of herbivores. We see the emergence of the armored Ankylosaurus, a living tank covered in bony plates with a club on its tail. We see Triceratops, with its iconic 3 horns and massive frill, likely used for defense and display. They probably lived in herds, like modern rhinos or buffalo, a formidable wall of horns against any predator foolish enough to attack. And speaking of predators, now is when the king arrives. The late Cretaceous, around 68 million years ago, was the time of Tyrannosaurus rex. T-Rex wasn't just big. It was a marvel of predatory evolution. Its skull, over 4 feet long, was built to withstand incredible bite forces enough to crush bone. Its teeth were like railway spikes. While its arms were tiny, its powerful legs made it surprisingly agile for its size. We have fossil evidence of T-Rex hunting and eating other dinosaurs, including Triceratops and the duck-billed Edmontosaurus. Finding a T-Rex skeleton is finding the fossilized remains of a true monster, the apex predator of its time. But the story of the dinosaurs is not just about the giants. It's also about the little guys. All this time, small, feathered dinosaurs were scurrying around in the undergrowth. Creatures like Velociraptor, which in reality was about the size of a turkey and covered in feathers, were intelligent, pack-hunting predators. And from one of these feathered dinosaur lineages, a new kind of creature emerged: the first birds. Yes, every pigeon you see in the park, every eagle soaring in the sky, is a living descendant of dinosaurs. They are dinosaurs. So, for over 150 million years, dinosaurs dominated the Earth. They adapted to every environment, from polar regions to tropical forests. They came in all shapes and sizes. Their reign seemed eternal, their kingdom unconquerable. Then, 66 million years ago, it all came to a sudden, catastrophic end. A 6-mile-wide asteroid, traveling at unimaginable speed, slammed into the planet in what is now the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. The impact was more powerful than billions of atomic bombs. It triggered a global firestorm, colossal tsunamis, and sent a cloud of dust and debris into the atmosphere, blocking out the sun for years. This created a nuclear winter. Without sunlight, plants died. Without plants, the herbivores starved. And without herbivores, the carnivores, including the mighty T-Rex, starved too. Within a geologically short time, all non-avian dinosaurs were gone. The great age of dinosaurs was over. But their story didn't truly end. Their bones, fossilized in rock, tell us their incredible tale. They remind us of a time when our world was a very different place, ruled by magnificent creatures. And of course, their legacy flies on. Every time you see a bird, remember you are looking at a tiny, feathered dinosaur, a survivor of a cosmic catastrophe that changed the world forever. The story of the dinosaurs is a story of life's incredible power to adapt, to dominate, and to survive, even in the face of annihilation. Thanks for watching this journey back in time. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more adventures into the deep past. See you next time.